this is how you do the Judas Magic cast on combined with the I-cord cast on. So here I have my circular needles. If I had two, I would have just used two, but I don't, so I'm using this double pointed needle with a stitch wire connected to one end. And I'm holding this one against myself, towards myself. Start with your yarn, make sure you have enough tail. Twist that on, the top one. And then Judas Magic cast on until you have the amount of stitches that you need on both needles. When it says 22, for instance, for size 1, it means 22 on this needle and 22 on the other needle. So now that you have the amount of stitches that's right with your Judas Magic cast on, we're going to switch to I-cord cast on. So what you want to do with the bottom one is just pull the stitch wire through. If you have two circular needles, this will be a lot easier, but this also works quite well. And then when you're doing I-cord cast on, you need both sides. So pick up the other side of your circular needles and then put the first 3 on your right hand needle onto your left hand needle. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. You can see the I-cord starting here. And you can also see how it continues. Like once you finish the back piece, you will start knitting from these stitches. This will become the strap. And you see the I-cord will continue nicely in this turn between the back piece and the strap. So yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so now I have one more I-cord stitch to cast on. And when you do the last one, this is how you want to do it. So you make the last one here. But then instead of knitting the 3 I-cord stitches, you want to put them on the stitch wire or the other needle if you're using 2 needles. So what you do then is just slip them on to the right hand needle and then you switch. And then you put them on the other needle. Just slip them back. Like that. And you pull it through. So there you have your I-cord stitches on the stitch wire, or a piece of scrap yarn if you're using that. And then what you need to do now to continue with the Judy's Magic Cast On, you need to break the yarn. Okay, and then for Judy's Magic Cast On, I want a bit of a tail. And then we'll pull the needle back. And then you start just right next to where you ended the I-cord cast on. And this gap will be closed once you knit over the wrong side after. So you just simply go from here. You're gonna see this gap, but it will disappear. Once you've finished the cast on, you continue from the wrong side. Just pull the stitch wire through if you're using a stitch wire. Okay, so what you want to do here is to turn the first 3 stitches so that the I-cord that you're creating with these stitches, from these stitches that will grow along the edge of the back piece, so that that's in the right position. So what you want to do is just slip them like this and turn them 180 degrees in this direction. Hold on to your stitches in the bottom, then pull the needle out and then put it back in from the other side. And this way your stitches are in the right position for the rest of your work. So slip them back on to the left hand needle. And then you start working them the way you will be working these first 3 stitches in all the rows for the back piece. Yeah, there you go. And when you get to this awkward part where they are separated, just make sure that you knit that first stitch tightly. To try to minimize the gap in between here. If you do have a little bit of a hole in this spot, once you're finished, you do have this piece of thread to fix that.